right, well, look who's here. Are we going to play his theme song? Nah, dump the theme song. Chef Andrew is here this morning, folks, and he's about to show us how to make cheese ravioli. Make it easy for you to cook at home.
You can pretty much use anything you want. If it's a soft cheese, just break it up with your hands. If it's a hard cheese, use a grater. I love these microplanes. They just grate things up really quickly. And all that you have to do is combine here a little ricotta. I've added, my 3 cheeses today are feta.
Yeah.
Mountain goat cheese, and a little bit of that, mountain blue, gorgonzola, and a little bit of the goat cheese or chev. And I've got some of the dried chopped spinach in there, some fresh herbs, a little bit of lemon rind, and I'm just going to add 1 beaten egg to that. And all that you do is combine that and mix it up. I'm going to leave that there because it looks so pretty. I know you want to take that home.
We could smell that all the way across the studio.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
It's a very fresh smell, but it'll travel.
Well, it's the lemon rind and herbs.
Is that what it is?
So many of those essential oils in them, and that's why you want to use fresh product. And you just whip it up together, and it makes this fabulous little stuffing mixture. And one of the things that I like to do...
So this... Here, looking up top.
Oh, yeah.
This one, when you whip it up, becomes that one, and that's what eventually goes inside the cheese the raviolis, right?
You just got to add a little elbow grease.
Oh, boy.
Now, one of the things that I like to do at home is you can put this mixture, you can use a spoon to fill the ravioli, or you can just, this is a Ziploc bag, you can use one of those baggies the vegetables come in, and you just give a little snip there with a scissor, and you can actually just squeeze a little ravioli out. You don't need any complex tools.
How clever
you just separate that with your fingers, just like that.
And what are those little pastry squares you're using?
Well, I love these things. These are wonton wraps, and this is actually just a pasta. You don't need to fill them to make pot stickers or wontons or fold them over to do anything complex. You can use these little skins. They separate very easily, and all they are is pasta dough. Feel that. So all I'm doing is I'm going to take this, moisten a little egg.
Eat this?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. If it's raw dough, it's not going to taste very good. Are you a cookie dough ice cream guy?
No,
really
not
interesting.
At all. Ugh, gross.
And all I'm going to do is I'm going to place this dough right on top there. Keep a damp rag to wipe your hands, and I'm just going to push the air out.
Is that it?
Oh, baby, it's so easy. Look at that. Now, what's great, you have children.
Yeah.
I know your kids.
Yeah.
They love this kind of stuff. You make the dough, you set up everything up ahead of time, get your sauce ingredients ready, get the boiling water, and make ravioli.
This is the paper. What did you use
Pastry.
for the glue?
Oh, just a little egg. Little egg wash.
Look at that.
Yeah. Now, the nice thing about this is that you can take a cookie cutter for kids and cut them out, put them on a tray that's got a little bit of breadcrumb down so they don't stick, or if you just have a wine glass or a shot glass around the house, you can just do that, and out comes this beautiful round ravioli. Throw it into the water and let it cook. And when we come back, we'll make the sauce.
Okay, so earlier you showed Tim how to actually make the ravioli.
Oh, yes.
Pasta part.
Oh, yes.
Here it is over here, just waiting to be nibbled on.
Here's a little olive oil in a hot pan, and the first thing that's going to go in is the eggplant. And I'll tell everybody about the sauce in a second, but I want to get this cooking. But I want to show you how absolutely fast this actually takes. Then go my peppers and my squash and my herbs.
And you've got it very chopped into little tiny pieces.
I'm glad that you pointed that out. One of the things about cooking, especially the simplest foods, is that you don't have time or ingredients to cover up a lot of mistakes. I find when I eat out a lot or in bad restaurants that chefs cover up a lot of mistakes and a lot of bad food with too much of this and that and the height and the oils and the color. Simple food, I think, is the best. So we have something very simple here in this cheese ravioli, and we have a very simple Provençal vegetable sauce with eggplant and squash and red peppers and a little bit of shallot and fresh oregano and basil. And I don't want to cover it up with a lot of crap. So the best way that seriously, the best way that you can make it the best way that you can have it look good is to take some time, the precision of the dice. So I think that's where I invested the time. And this just took me about 5-10 minutes before we went on camera here to cut up, because you don't need much. I made enough sauce here for about 3 or 4 portions. The acid in this sauce is going to come from these cut up olives.
Why is it important to have acid in the sauce?
Well, what's important, balance. All great food is about contrast. Crunchy, soft, hot, cold, sweet, sour. So one of the contrasts that I want to build into this dish is the contrast between the olive oil, which has that buttery, unctuous quality, and I need to hit it with a little bit of acid. And I'm going to get that also from these tomatoes that go in there.
And
this
these
is
are little cherry
almost done.
tomatoes.
These are these little cherry tomatoes. You can use any kind you like. I just find during the winter that those little cherry tomatoes and those
better
little small
shape.
grape tomatoes have more flavor.
Okay.
And so
So you
all
just
we
kinda
do is
saute
do that
that.
a little bit. And now they're cooked through. I'm seasoning with olive oil. That first bout of olive oil that I poured in there was to cook it. I used the heat from the olive oil to sear the vegetables. Now I'm using olive oil for its flavor.
Okay.
So I'm pouring a little bit more in. A little swirl, swirl, swirl.
Put any spices in there?
No, well, just the basil
Okay.
and the oregano.
Basil and
And the
oregano.
last thing is just a little bit of parsley. And as people remember, here are those beautiful ravioli that we use that glass to cut the shape. And we just cook those for about 60 to 90 seconds until they
And-
floated, and they're stuffed with that wonderful cheese
Wonton.
mixture.
And those are wontons.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is a huge time saver.
Okay.
And the last thing that I want to do here is put a little bit of this on top of that.
This was really easy.
Extremely simple, and one of the things that I love about this is how downright elegant that looks. I mean, isn't that spectacular?
It is spectacular.
And I will tell people that are on a time budget that you can do the raviolis ahead of time and freeze them. Now this, instead of using Parmesan cheese, we have this Manchego, which is
Manchego.
available in supermarkets. Now this is a hard, dry-aged sheep's milk cheese from Spain, and wonderful grated over pastas or anything that you use Parmesan cheese for. Just a sprinkle, grab a fork.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Isn't that fabulous? The
I think I'm
smell
going
is
to go
just
with not
amazing.
the plastic fork because this is just so
No, the
elegant
plastic
looking.
fork is for Tim.
Yeah.
I want you to have the really nice Alessi fork. Italian.
All right.
Very expensive, but we have a huge food budget
Problem
here.
is I'm having a hard time cutting it. Okay, so we're gonna
Yeah, try it.
go in for a bite here.
Provençal vegetable sauce. And they can get the recipe on the website, which is kmsp.com. Click
to
on
get a
Good Day
tomato.
Minnesota, click on
Okay.
Chef Andrew, and the recipe will be there. Isn't that wonderful?
That is yummy.
Yeah.